Hi, this is a tutorial to create and upload your class list into LanSchool to be used with Chromebooks. Step 1 is to create a folder within your My Documents called One LanSchool Class List. So I'm going to go to my Start, I'm going to go to My Documents, I'm going to go to where it says My Documents again, and I want to just create a folder that says One LanSchool Class List, and you can just create it up at the top. And the reason I'm calling it one is so that it puts it on the top of my list. Okay, so I have this folder that is in with My Documents, and LanSchool is going to access those class lists that I'm creating and saving into here. Alright, so I created my folder. Next, I want to go into my eSchool. So I'm going to go into my eSchool. Okay, so I've logged into my eSchool. I'm going to go to my roster for one of my classes. I'm going to make sure that it is multiple, so I have all of my classes. I only need the student ID. So if you have multiple things, we can delete those columns when we put the list into a Google Sheet. So I found it was easiest to go into my Google Sheet to download it as a CSV file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click, hold, drag all the way down from the bottom and scroll up so that it highlights name and student ID. This will tell the system that I have a list that I'm going to copy. So I'm going to right click over this name or any of the names, and there's going to be a copy. So now I'm going to go to my drive, and I'm just going to create a new sheet. It doesn't really matter where you put it. I'm going to click in that first cell, and I'm going to right click, paste, and you're going to notice that it has that table, has the student names and the IDs. I don't need anything but the IDs. LanSchool knows that the ID is the student's name when they log onto the system. So I'm going to delete those top two rows, and I just left click held over the 1 and 2. I'm going to right click over that, and it says delete rows 1 and 2. I'm going to want to delete this column, so I'm going to click on the A, and that's going to select that column. I'm going to right click over it and delete column. So all I have is the student ID numbers, which is all I need. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this. So I'm going to go to File, Download as CSV. So that's all I want to do is download it as a CSV. So now it's going to ask me, well, where do I want to put it? Well, I'm going to put it in that folder that I created, that one LanSchool class list, and I'm going to give it my name for that period. So this was my period 1, and I'm also going to put the school year so that I know for next year that I need to update that school year. So period 1, 2015-16. Okay, so it's a CSV file. It has to be a CSV. And I click Save. Okay, so now it's saved. So now what I do is in LanSchool, I'm going to go to Administer, One-to-One, Manage Class List, and I'm going to import my students. So import students. Here's that file. It's in My Documents, in that folder, and here's that one folder. And now it has all of the student IDs, and that's what I want because the student login name is their IDs. So then what I would do is save as. So I'm going to give it a name, period 1, 2015-16, and the .lsc stands for the LanSchool classroom set. And then I would save. To start that class, I would go to Administer, One-to-One, Load Class List, and I choose whatever class is coming. And what it will do is it will pull up that students for that class. When I'm done with that class, then I would do Administer, One-to-One, Dismiss Current Class, and then I can start my next class. So again, you need to create the class lists, load them into LanSchool, And every time that you want to start a class, you would then select which of those classes do you want to start. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact your EdTechs. Thank you.